The wedding day?
Yeah.
Well, we started off going to church, by going to church together that morning, because we didn't have a full mass at the wedding, because I'm not Catholic and wasn't. But did that, came back, and Aunt Virginia and Uncle Parker were at the apartment, along with, I guess, Colleen Nolan and Aunt Vivian.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
drop in.
Aunt Vivian had flown up and Colleen Nolan had flown up. And I think of course, they would have been on the same plane. And then Aunt Virginia and Uncle Parker drove up and stayed somewhere in northern Indiana. She was our first babysitter when we lived in Evansville. Jeanette remembers her babysitting, I don't.
So how come Uncle Ashford didn't come in?
They were still farming at the time. Let's see.
In May? Does that
Let's
make
see.
sense?
Granddad, yeah, they would have still been farming, so he would have still had the animals, cows and milk. No, I don't think they did milking at that time. But the day was really nice, windy. And then I opened up some gifts. I wanted to get ready. My mother was, got to open up these gifts while they're here. Opened up their gifts, which was fine. And got to the church a little late. But it was, a nice ceremony. Father Selecki was very, but I took instructions. There was a whole class, male and females, and took instructions from him. Well, I want to say 3 months. Took a test. He interviewed each of us. I was the last one.
Did you get interviewed?
And he wanted to know what my decision was on becoming Catholic. I said, I'm not. And told him why, and he was very accepting. He said, I understand. He said, I'm disappointed not to have you, but I understand completely. And I forget what I told him. I mean, it was something I truly felt.
Yeah.
Having probably to do with being raised in a church-going family. Mm-hmm. So, and then the reception was fun. I didn't know anything about having sit down and place cards and all that. And so we didn't. I guess there was some problem with where people sat, but I was oblivious
Did you
of
have a
it.
good sense of humor that day, or did they?
You know what? I didn't really pay attention to it. And
Who
it
helped
was
you
always
plan?
your dad did it.
You and Dad did the whole.
I mean, I was there, but your dad knew what he wanted. I mean, in our church, we had cake and punch in the church basement. And then Uncle Jack said his kids would play music. So it was fun.
They played at your wedding?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really, like, who played?
Ray and Randy and Janice.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was. And I don't remember what Janice played.
Well, there was somebody else that was there besides them.
Maybe one of their friends. Maybe that's it. But it was a lot. I mean, people had a good time.
They had enough to drink.
Dad paid for,
When you say Dad?
my father paid for the liquor. And Dennis, you paid for the food?
I think so.
Yeah. So I paid for my wedding dress. And I think Mother paid some of the photography because you had I went home one weekend to have formal pictures made, like you saw. That was done in Evansville.
Oh, in Evansville. Oh, interesting. Who all went?
Just me.
You-
But that was before the wedding.
Oh, I see.
The lady at the shop where I bought my dress just looked at me with the dress. I guess maybe I tried the dress on, I don't know, and did all the alterations overnight. And that had been agreed upon ahead of time. She didn't put one pen, mark, or anything on that dress. I mean, that's a talented seamstress. So, and then I guess the next day I took the dress and had pictures made.
Very good.
And of course, we had 75 people.
75 people at the wedding?
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to get married in Evansville because I'd been gone for 5 years. And we were getting married in Catholic church, so that didn't make any sense.
Which church was it?
Our Lady of Grace.
Do you have the wedding certificate?
Of course.
Well,
One of the stories, when we were first engaged, my mother and dad asked me to come home by myself one weekend. So I did. It was in January, took the train to Evansville. And that Sunday, of course, I guess, I was good at being clueless because I was just, to me, it's no problem. And mother said, something about, well, are you still allowed to go to church with me? Yeah. So I went to church with her. And ladies, after church, they saw that I had a ring on, or maybe mother told them, I don't know. And they were ladies I'd known since I was 8 years old. So they were excited and, pleased, and, oh, well, maybe we'll I will look forward to meeting your young man one day. And I don't know what my mother did, but she made some sort of signal. And, but I didn't see it. And one of the ladies says, "You don't mean," and my mother went, and it was such a Jewish move.
like it's Catholic?
Yeah.
It's Catholic.
And but that move like that is such a Jewish mama's move that I was like, oh, what is going on here? And the one lady said to my mother, "Don't you feel you failed?"
Oh, wow.
And I just thought, you know what? He goes to church every Sunday. What could be wrong with that? So that was.
It's a very emotional issue for people.
Yeah, to me it was like, church is church.
Right.
And
Do you remember your first thought or what you woke up thinking on your wedding day?
oh, sure, got to catch a plane. Yeah, because we got in late to New York. The cab driver was absolutely abominable. He didn't like it. They didn't take us from the airport to this airport motel that was real close by. And your dad, of course, gave him a mess of change as a tip, and he threw it in the trunk. And notice he didn't throw it on the sidewalk in Lindsay. He threw it in the trunk. And then, let's see, we may have gotten up and gone to church at the airport. And then,
why did you have to fly on your wedding day?
well, we're going to Bermuda.
I meant
To New York.
the morning of your, like when you woke up the day of your wedding day.
Oh, the day of your wedding. I thought you meant the day after. The day of the wedding? No, just get up and get busy. We went to church at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Then I had my hair done. And came home to get ready. Tick things off.
Mhm.
So, was I excited? I was pretty much thin as I am now. I'm never going to be one that gets and bounces around. Because I'm, goof up, miss something.
Right. What do you remember about your, how long were you in Bermuda?
A week.
A week?
Mm-hmm.
Any good stories out of that, other than?
No.
There was something about a moped, I heard.
Yeah, your father fell off the moped. He really did a job on his side of his knee and his leg. So, but those mopeds were fun. We each had one. And, the island was beautiful. And we were there a perfect week of weather. And of course it wasn't crowded. And very few hotels. We went around the whole island. What is it, 25 miles long?
Something like that.
And a mile or two wide. And place we stayed, our waitress for the week, hot temper. She was nice to us, but
Portuguese.
yeah, she kicked the door when the kitchen opened one night. She was in a bad temper. Food was delicious, but we were just, go sightseeing, and I was a putt-putter on the moped.
What does that mean? Stalls?
Yeah, because I like to look around. All the houses are different colors. We did
Do
some
they
shopping.
speak English?
Yeah. It's British.
It's a British